covering up. We're covering every aspect that we can. Yes, you're a little bit open, but you know, if there was multiple attackers, believe me, this guy would be long but gone. And what we'd be ready to, you know, imagine a leg coming across. Bah! Yeah, bah! I mean, that would be what? Right up the leg, right? Yeah, bah! Right into the old groin. Bah! Right? So the leg, because into the thigh, into the calf, and bah! Right back to the groin. Yeah, well, that's this side. Okay, so we go through. Remember what I said? When the right leg is forward and we make a kick, for example, if the right leg was here because it's my dominant leg or my natural stance, bah, I would go into a front kick or a cross kick, bah, from there. But bah, from this one, I would go into a back kick. Again, to a side kick or a front kick. And so you go through that. 8 down to 1. Remember, when the front foot is forward, well, on that one, bah! And then you count up. So if the front one, if we did that with the right foot forward, then the next one that we do, well, would have to be a cross kick. Do the opposite. So, right, there's 3, bah! Right, and there's 4, bah! So we go through the whole thing using our legs. 8, count back down. When we started with the front foot forward, bah, on the beginning was a heel kick. On the final one is a cross kick. Now we switch legs. Left one's forward, and bah. So this time we're going with a back kick. And as we go through, it'll be the opposite going down. So if we were to get to the bottom, it would be a cross kick. So the opposite of where we started. Then we go to the other side, we do the exact same thing. Get proficient with doing that. Get proficient with doing that. Now, we start again. Whoop, we've done it through. Remember, we did our first 3 minutes. Hammer and nails. No moving, nothing other than our reverse and natural stance. Back on each side. Up, down, down, up, down, up. And then reverse, and do it again. 3 minutes is up. 12 minutes to go. Where do we go from here? Whoop, bah! Let's start using our legs. Let's start getting used to doing cross kicks. Bah! Back kicks. Bah! Doing all these things. Switch sides, do the same thing. Now, we've done that for 1 revolution. We've gone around, up, down, down, up, down, up. We come back. This time we're going to do it again, but we're going to switch to the other leg. But this time whenever we do it, bah, bah, we're going to pull it back and put the next leg forward. Bah, so that every one of them is a knee kick, is a cross kick. Every one of them, because every time we go down, we're switching from a natural to a reverse, from a natural to reverse, reverse to natural. And so every single strike, we're doing this. But the feet will always be doing the same thing, the same type of kick, or the same ideal of a kick. We switch legs, we go to the other side. This time, because we're starting on this side, we would have finished off about. We switch legs back, and bah, back kick. Pull it back, pull natural forward, and bah! Every one of them is a back kick. So we do it and go through that. Okay. Now all of a sudden it'll change, completely change the dynamic as you're doing that, because you have to get used to getting your hands and your feet and everything doing that. Okay. So it goes through. We do that one. Then we get to the bottom. Now this is where it starts getting fun. This is what I like to do. So we start at 1. We go through. Bow. Boom. Bow. Right? We're boop, 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 boop. Back and forth. Right, left, right, left, right, left. All the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. Top, bottom, top, bottom. Alright? Then you incorporate in the kicking again. And so this is just one aspect. Again, I can only throw this to you so many times. This is one. This is the basic aspect of this. If you follow it through, begin with the 8, go up and down. Don't worry about your feet other than getting, sink into it. Rise and fall, rise and fall. Your knees move up and down. Right? We're looking to get momentum. What else? I think that's going to cover everything for right now. I'm going to put up a T rant. It's just a rant. Some of the videos you'll find are just kind of me talking about aspects because, our thinking really is the qualifier. It's the quantifier. It's the doer is the thinker. And so when you can really start to process that, this is going to help you to do that. This will help to push out that negative energy. It'll help to reinforce the positive stuff that exists inside. And it'll help by creating that furnace, by creating that vortex. It'll bubble you to the surface. All right, well, that's going to be about it for now. Like I said, there'll be a couple of videos. You may or may not find them as helpful as they could be. I'm getting used to the aspect of how to share this part of my wheelhouse on video. Sitting down and ranting and raving about stuff is really easy to do, but to try and keep it within inside of a realm of one thing is not as simple as I'd originally thought it was going to be. And so I'm doing my best to be able to explain it across. If you have any questions, queries, comments, ideas, whatever, feel free to ask. Feel free to give me a video or whatever. I'd certainly love to hear from you. At some point, I'd love to do live streaming, and we'll just go from there. I think that there are so many aspects of this that really are going to open up, but it's a matter of we, as the community, will grow that, will evolve this process into what it is, because this process is about us. It's not. It seems like it's a solo thing, and that's what it was created for, was as a solo aspect. But it really is about in-tuning yourself in order to in-tune the outside. It's an inner watching to externally watch. And so let's begin that. Remember, as I said, that 8 comes in so that you, it's that, that's giving you, right? Like that's what's giving you. Be careful not to crush your bicep or anything, but it's See, as you move, that's why you're constantly doing this thing. You're crashing on the You're crashing on the rocks. You see what's happening? Like like as you get it in closer, it just it's there. No matter what. You don't have to be great at this. We're not looking, for the Olympics or any of that. It has nothing to do with that. It's about internal awareness, structure, form, and as you begin to do that, as you begin to ramp up inside of yourself, and you'll hear things cracking and getting into place and everything else, it really is a great aspect. Take your time, go slow, get the full benefit out of it, because if you go as fast as you can because you want to impress your buddy or you want to impress your mom or you want to impress somebody, then you're going at this wrong. You've already failed. And I'll say that to you again. You've already failed. If this is about ego, if this is about, oh, look who I am. If you watch these videos, you realize I'm in profile. I'll turn, talk to the window. This isn't about me. Forget about that. Take the parts, take it all, practice the parts. I love to, after sometimes during all of those aspects, to, just do one, for 13 minutes, Believe me, you're going to get good at it. You're going to get good at it. Do it. Do it for 13 minutes. Do Right? Like, So we're creating that. And that's what you need to do. Try it, take it slow, be careful with your hands, be careful with your wrists, be careful with your fingers. Get used to it, understand it. When you're using that Shudo blade, go up. When you're going down, go up, or go down, depending on the direction by which your hand is going, but go with it. That's why we're always moving and doing things. So as you're moving, everything should be spiraling and moving around. And the reason we're doing that is because we don't want to end up hurting ourselves. You will at times hit yourself. It's a little warning. You will at times hit yourself. I have punched myself in the eye, my nose, I've fattened my lip. It's just as it gets smaller and things are happening, it happens. I've taken a thumb in the face a few times. I've hurt my fingers and jammed my fingers and everything else. Because, again, if it's just hammer and nails, things will creep in that you don't want to be there. They will creep in. And that's about it. I will be back. I did say I was going to do 8 to 1, go through the whole aspect. I was just wanting to make sure, as I said, I watched the videos. From a basic point of view, I think that the first videos really will be helpful, but there are a few things within inside of that I don't think I explained well enough. It would be very easy to go across, but then where do there's nowhere to go from there. And so remember, everything is lines. Everything is about ergonomics of movement. How can I move ergonomically with the most efficiency and with the most power that I can get? Believe me, whenever I say you can get a 1-inch punch, it is not only able to do that, but it is very effective. It's a very effective thing. We live in a society where we think breaking boards is impressive, sure, from an ego's point of view. But the guy who's breaking the boards, 9 times out of 10, is the guy who gets knocked out in the street. It's just the way that it happens. Because the guy who's breaking boards is dealing with, that's his craft. That's his craft. His craft isn't about deception. His craft isn't about defense. His craft isn't about these things. And, that's not to run any martial arts. Hey, do whatever makes you happy, whatever, fills your boots or whatever. But there are some that are effective and some that are not so effective. I don't think that the karate, for example, is a very effective thing. It's good for making money. It's an impressive thing to look at. I don't think in a ring or standing in front of somebody that it's effective in the midst of an attack. It reminds me, some of those movies, you watch movies on TV and the guy says, oh, I know karate or I know this, and the next thing he's knocked out and he says, well, you didn't say go or, whatever. And because that is what that craft is all about. We're not trying to learn a craft. We're trying to learn an ideal about thinking. About thinking. It doesn't seem like it because of what we're doing, but it is. This is all about thinking. And so the ergonomics of movement and everything is because we want to not snuffle it, but we want to pull it inside and we want to spiral it out from the inside. As it bubbles up, it's spiraling out. As it's bubbling up, it's spiraling out. And so we don't want it to spiral out of control. We want it to positively spiral so that everybody can experience it.